The pace out here is a little quicker than I've seen back in most CONUS yards or even RMCs, and the level of work is really varied from CNO level type availabilities all the way to CMAVs and even opportunity type work. So the scope is really broad. You get a chance to try and see a lot of different things, and from a very different perspective of the 7th Fleet.
So a prime example for the forward deployed carrier, we do about 70,000 man-days worth of work in a 5-month period. That's just the topside work that we do. That's not counting the work that Puget Sound does in engineering on the carrier. So look at that compared to a stateside availability and the time frame. So 70,000 man-days, you're planning and executing and certifying in 5 months. So you have 6 months to get ready and 5 months to do it, and during that 5 months you're already getting ready for the next availability.
It is a lot different. Stateside, I worked at a shipyard and they are in for long availabilities. Here we're supporting live ships that are often going to go out on a mission when we're done doing whatever maintenance. So the pace is much faster. There's not the time to deliberate and have meeting after meeting. It requires a decision, it requires knowledge, and it requires you to be able to share your skill and experience with a workforce in order to convey the right message, the right requirements, and get the work done.
The pace of work here at SRF could be challenging at times. It's very fast paced, but it's also extremely rewarding. Everybody's willing to do more than what it takes to get the mission done. And in the end, you learn so much more about your own self as well as your job here.
Everybody here works together and pulls to make things happen. And whether you're working on a project like a ship project like when I did the Shiloh, or the Ronald Reagan project that I'm doing here, or you're working on, if you're a Code 700 guy and you're working in the rigging office, everybody wants to solve the problems together.
In this area, we're servicing forwardly deployed ships, so at any given moment, they may need to deploy and be off the coast of China or Korea or elsewhere in this AOR. So the pace is very quick. There's a lot of availabilities that are shorter in duration, and we've even had instances where those durations needed to be cut short in order to support the fleet. So there's a much closer tie, I think, to the operational requirements and understanding their needs and their need to deploy rapidly and with the ship that they can trust to respond when they need it to.
The pace of the work here at SRF is similar to the pace of the work at the shipyards and the regional maintenance centers. The difference being that we tend to work almost every Saturday, and we only have a day shift, where at the shipyards and the RMCs, they tend to have second and third shifts.
So fortunately, here in SRF JRMC, there's a lot of opportunity here to do things. I've worked in 1200, 300, 100. As jobs open, they're looking for people from experience from within and also from without. So it's easy to move around at SRF to hone your talents and to learn other jobs and make your skills much better for doing things in the States.